Hello.
Hi, so this is Master Teresa and John Carr. So we are actually bringing some nice information to you. Raising funds can be a lot easier than you think. John Carr, he is the founder and CEO for Charitable Giving Foundation. He has been doing this from 1974, helped hundreds, thousands of people to raise funds for their cause with great muscles. You put a lot of muscles in doing this, and we have much to learn from you. And I understand that you have already raised millions of dollars in this. And even Wikipedia came over just recently, last month, to interview you. How did you do it, right? Hey, John, this is Master Teresa. It's my pleasure to talk with you here. Can I call you Uncle John? So just a friendly talk.
I've been called worse things than that.
Okay, that's awesome.
No,
okay.
You can call me that. That's fine.
Thank you. So
You're
maybe
welcome.
we can start with where and how did you start this charitable ideas, right? From 1974.
Well, I was a professional fundraiser and part of my earlier years, and I thought there could be a better way for charities to raise money. And being a professional fundraiser, I had to deal with people that had money. We had banquets, we had dinners, we had conferences, 5Ks, 10Ks, different events that the donors and supporters of their causes would pay for, and part of that money then could go to the charity. Well, I came up with a concept. I wanted everybody to be able to support their favorite cause, not just those that could sit down and write out a check or dig in their purse to come up with a donation. So I lived in San Rafael. I retired in San Rafael, California. I was 34 when I retired, and we had a beautiful home and a nice pool. And to be frank with you, I felt a little guilty. Here I am, 34 years old, sort of relaxing around my pool, and all my friends would come to visit because my wife was a great cook and everything, and they loved to come and use my pool and enjoy a conversation with me. And a lot of them started pressuring me and wanted to know if I would start a company. If I did, they'd go to work for me because they weren't that happy with their employers. A lot of them weren't making a lot of money. And I guess one of my close friends said, the real reason you're having so many people that want you to start a company is because they would like to know how you could ever retire at the age of 34. So anyway, I went out to the different businesses in the San Francisco Bay Area. Now, keep in mind, back then we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have computers. They did advertising with TV, radio, newspaper, magazines, and even direct mail. So I went to the owners of these different businesses and I said, what if I represent a lot of charities and I want to try a new concept, something totally new that supposedly has never been done before? And they said, well, what's that? I said, if I could send you the donors and supporters from these charities and they became one of your customers, would you give a donation then back to their charity? Every single owner of a business told me the same thing. It all depends on how much we have to give back to the charity. I said, well, what if you don't have to give any of your profit? Just give back to the charity what you normally would spend to get a customer. I mean, you've got some idea what you spend on magazines, newspapers, and your advertising. It's called a marketing expense. It's part of your company. They said, well, that's a no-brainer. It isn't actually going to cost us anything then. I said, right, I'll become one of your non-paid volunteer employees because I'll be sending you all these potential customers from all these charities that I already have the trust from because I'd been raising money for them. So they would allow me to do this. So anyway, it worked beyond our wildest dreams.
Exactly. Wow.
Because you see, it's a win for the customer. Because if I could accumulate enough different business, and keep in mind, it didn't have to be just a product. It could be a service. I had doctors, I had attorneys, I had financial planners, I had real estate firms. I had car dealerships. I wanted to have every sort of business where people spent money, because my concept was this:
Exactly.
wherever the consumer is spending money, and I didn't want to have to sell somebody something. I wanted to have a concept where people could do the same thing they've always been doing. And the only difference was I was able to connect them with the business and connect the business with the charity. So we got a win for the consumer. Doesn't cost the consumer any more money. They're already buying these products anyway. And it didn't cost the business any, because they're just giving the donation to the charity what they normally spend to get their customer. And then the charity was very excited, because here was an additional source of revenue.
Yes.
I tried to convince the charity, don't give up all the fundraising you're doing now. I don't want to put other fundraisers out of business. So
Yes.
go ahead, just add. And I called this the Charitable Giving Foundation. So when I retired in 1972 and came out of retirement in 1974, I started the Charitable Giving Foundation, and I was a 501c3 myself. But the law firm that I...
Okay. Although you said you have retired, but you have not retired from this organization, right? This organization you are doing all the time and running it. Am I right?
Yes. I don't want this to sound like it's bragging, but Donna Sue and I, my lovely wife, we didn't need any more money. So that's why I could do this as a volunteer. So fortunately, all the money that I was able to generate, I could give away, because I wasn't taking any of it.
Yeah,
so this is what made the Charitable Giving Foundation, I think, unique. And that's why Wikipedia, after investigating us and finding out we were truthful and honest, and I can't take credit for that, though, because a present friend of mine who was kind of an adversary, he was an international charity consultant, and he came to one of my seminars. He didn't believe this concept. How can a 35-year-old individual do what he's doing and not take any money for it? How's he support himself? So anyway, it worked out, and he later became one of my best friends, one of my best supporters, and he's the one that went to Wikipedia and had them help investigate me and the concept and the Charitable Giving Foundation. And then that's why they put that beautiful paragraph up about me, the Charitable Giving Foundation. And the thing I like about it, they said, and he's still doing it today. So here, almost 50 years later, I'm still trying to help. Now, I've changed the concept a little bit. I think I mentioned before that my main purpose was to support charities and worthy causes. But a lot of people said, John, we need the money personally. And a lot of us don't have charities that we want to support. Is there any way that this money could come back and I could use it in my family to pay my kids' tuition, to help them get through school and pay some of our expenses? And I thought, well, I'm not a dictator. Who am I? They're the ones that are generating these funds. So I gave part of the money back to them. So now what I'm doing, I'm supporting causes, individuals, and businesses. So now all three of those separate entities that are part of the concept are all benefiting financially. And guess what? I'm not a doctor. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a professional. The thing I know best is finances and money. And the fact that I was able to retire at 34, I think, made an impression on a lot of people. So I want to help people financially. I don't get into their religion. I don't get into their different lifestyles. All I want to do is help people. And I'm not going to be judgmental in what they do. And I know I've been taken advantage of by certain people that probably don't deserve the money. But who am I to say? I'm not a judge. I just want to give money away. I want to help people.
And those help people is the driving force that you have been doing from, how many years now? 40, getting to 50 years, right?
Almost 50. It's 48 years.
Getting paid and work. It's just doing something you love that matters. Really. You love it. That's why you keep doing it, right?
Well, you know, there's a famous song, what the world needs now is love. And Jackie DeShannon, who's a friend of mine, she made that song famous. What the world needs now is love. No one can dispute that. So all I'm trying to do And the way I can do it best, Master Teresa, is to help people financially. And
Yes.
that's why I'm focusing on trying to give as much money away as I possibly can.
Yes, that's right. So I'm trying to do the same thing too, is to try to bring a Qigong, which does not earn money a lot. It's basically teaching people that meditation, breathing, some movements coming together, and your body can heal by itself. So just like you, I just go around telling people, no, show them, do it, show it to them, and then make that change into their life and the life of their family and friends too.
You're contributing yourself too. And then just so you know, you probably didn't know this, I hadn't mentioned it to you before, but my doctor is amazed at my health and everything, and he asked me what I do. I spend probably, I'd say a couple hours a day meditating and doing deep breathing exercises. Now, keep in mind, I'm a senior. So I take deep breathing exercises.
I just got the senior title recently.
Are you? Anyway, I'm just trying to do everything I can to be as healthy as I can, because I want to be an inspiration and an encouragement to people. I don't think what I'm doing and what I've done is that out of the ordinary. Some people think it is, but there's people that are doing a lot more than I'm doing. I'm just trying to do as much as I can do with what little I have to work with.
Thank you, John, for all the love you give to the world, even to me, and talking to me helped me already. So I'd like to maybe share the screen so people can look at your website, right? So because I know that you have 4 pillars, I looked at it then. And isn't it nice to hear from you? What do they mean to people? So these are the 4: the financial estate planning, real estate referral program, affiliate programs. And then the new thing is certified associates. What's that mean, right? So maybe we can, if you like, go through whichever way you like, and then we can talk about that. Would be nice.
Well, why don't we start with the first one? I call them quadrants. I like your term better, the 4 pillars. And these are the 4 areas that we're focusing on now, and financial, estate, and I've added end of life planning. Now, most people put it off too late. Now, I do have a legal background. I worked for a law firm for about 15 years, one of the most prestigious, prominent law firms in America. So I learned a lot about that. There's like, a majority of the people don't even have a will. And a lot of people think if they don't have money, if they don't have an estate, they don't even need a will, but that's not true. Everyone should have a will, because when they go and pass away, regardless of what age they are, they still own a few things, and it throws a mess into the family if they don't have a will to let people know where they want their goods and services to go. But anyway, I have developed a free, no cost estate financial end of life seminar. And when you go on my website and click on that quadrant, you'll see a name of Robert Chesney. He's one of the most famous digital experts on the planet. And he loved this concept. So he became what I call my national estate financial planning and end of life coordinator. So when people go to that first pillar, as you call it, all they have to do is click on the link, connect to Robert Chesney. He sends them all the information they need. They can have a Zoom meeting. He'll answer all the questions they have. And people don't like to sit for 2 or 3 hours in a seminar. So he's condensed my estate planning seminar down into about 45 minutes. And people now can view it digitally. They don't have to go to a location. I used to travel all over the United States and do these free seminars, but I'd do them in churches, in different facilities that the charities had if it was big enough. But we'd have 500 to 1,000 people at some of these seminars. Now, the main benefit that the people got from attending the seminar was an education, how to invest, how to save money, how to budget, all the different things that people have a lack of, because they don't teach a lot of this in schools and colleges like they should. So to make a long story short, I also had law firms all over the country. because when people attended my seminar, I offered them a free private consultation and with no obligation. And they'd either meet with a law firm, or I had a digital legal law firm where they could do everything online. A lot of people didn't want to go to a law firm. A lot of people couldn't travel. Maybe they didn't even have a car and they were elderly. They couldn't get out and go anywhere. So I made it as easy for everybody as I possibly could. Well, guess what? How does the charity benefit? Well, when the people came into the law firm and they did their wills, their trust, their legal documents, estate planning documents, you know, health care and all this type of thing, and for finances, the law firm paid a fee. And guess what? From the fees that came into the Charitable Giving Foundation, then I made donations to that person's favorite cause. They would tell me where they wanted the donation to go. It didn't cost the consumer anything. They're paying for these legal fees anyway. But part of the money I would send to their favorite charity or their favorite cause. And this way, they have an extra incentive. And I got the law firms to try to give my people a discount. So I tried to have people save money by using my concept, not just go out and spend money. So anyway, it worked out very well. And this, because a lot of people then put their charity, guess what? In their trust. So when they were going to pass away, a lot of the money went to their family, of course. They want to have their children and grandchildren and so on. But because the charity usually sponsored my seminar that was free for them, and this is where they got the information, they started including their charities in their wills and in their trusts. And this generated hundreds of millions of dollars for the charities.
Yes, many people don't have children too, right? They have to leave it to somewhere, right?
That's right. That's right.
Awesome. What a great idea. So you must have a lot of lawyers that love you so much, right? Because they keep on getting.
Well, most people know attorneys don't like to solicit for business. So
Oh,
they loved getting my referrals because I would pre-sell them. So when they went into a law firm, they already had in their mind they're going to do a trust, they're going to do a will. All they want to do is make sure it's taking care of their family. They want to take care of their family.
so you are in U.S. and I'm in Toronto. So will this be able to arrange for Canadian lawyers too? Just for example.
Yes. Because a lot of the people in Canada have referred me to law firms, and anybody that's viewing this that's in Canada, all they have to do is ask their law firm, and the law firm would love to get my referrals. It's not going to cost them anything.
Wow,
and
that's awesome.
Now, when I send a check to the charity, guess what? I don't put my name on it. I don't want to take the credit for it. I put the individual's name in the law firm, so the charity realizes if they support that law firm maybe is going to have more money come to the charity. So I generate business for the law firms without it costing them any money. So the attorneys can just be there and be like order takers, so to speak. You know, this is love. It's an example of how you can spread love.
So how do we
help
check,
people.
how do we check if that lawyer is the right lawyer? You know, how can we make sure they are the right one? Because I would be, a lawyer has to make sure I find the right one, right?
Very good question. And I recommend they go to their own personal attorney. Most people either know a lawyer or have one, or they can find one that they like. So I don't promote my own lawyers unless they don't have one. But if and the lawyers like that, the people will go say, I went to this seminar that John Carr conducted, or I viewed his video and it recommends I come to you to get you to do my wills and trusts. Well, they say, who's this John Carr guy? So they usually contact me and say, hey, thank you for sending me these referrals. So then they start participating with the Charitable Giving Foundation. So I've got all kinds of people having people come to me, and all I do is give back to them.
Give and give and give and keep giving. So let's go back to I'm going to share the screen again. This time, let's go to, maybe go to the next one. Is that right? I'll go to the next one.
Yeah, the real estate pillar.
Okay. Real estate.
Okay, real estate referral is a big thing.
Wow.
one of the major purchases in a person's life is real estate, their home. So I wanted to be involved and I happened to be in real estate. I made a lot of money in real estate. That's another reason I was able to retire at such a young age. Real estate is a great investment if you know what you're doing. But fortunately, I was fairly lucky. I happened to be at the right place at the right time in certain areas. But anyway,
I always believe this is, it's not that you're just lucky, you have a bigger mission than real estate to do.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So I would always think the universe or the God have already chosen you to do this meaningful work. They make sure you have enough money to do this work.
That's right.
Yeah. It's not a nice way to say that we are always guided, right? That's what the Qi is about. Move the energy, feel the energy, follow your feeling, follow your heart, which is all energy, which is the Qi of the body. So I want to amazingly just look at this real estate referral program. The first thing come up to my head is, wow, there's Canadian agency, realtor, U.S. realtor. So everyone wants referrals. Who doesn't want referrals? Wow. So how does it work? The system would be very complicated to deal with all those realtors, right? Everyone wants a piece of the pie, right? So
That's
much
right.
money. So help me to understand how this works.
The picture of the woman there, that's Margie Ivy.
Yes.
And it says, how may we help? Well, you can contact Margie Ivy and let her know if you want to purchase real estate, you want to lease, you want to buy, whatever it is, and she will contact the #1 realtor in the area where you live. So if you're in Toronto, Ontario, or wherever you might be, then she will contact the local realtor, and the local realtor, she'll explain the program to them. The local realtor then splits the commissions with her. Since they're licensed and everything, there's reciprocity in Canada and the United States. So that way the individual has a local realtor. Now, Margie Ivy liked our concept so much. Originally, our arrangement was she would give me 25% of her commission that would come back to the Charitable Giving Foundation. And that's what I use then to send a donation to the charity or give it back to the individual or the business. And she likes the concept so much. I got a check one day from her, and I called her and I said, Margie, I think you made a mistake. This check is more than what we agreed to. She said, John, I love your concept so much. I'm going to do 50-50. So now she splits her commission with me, so I can give more money away.
Wow.
Now, another reason I like Master Teresa,
you don't put it in a pocket. Isn't that amazing? Will do this, isn't it?
Yeah, another reason I like real estate, that generates thousands of dollars, because you're dealing with 200,000-300,000. Sometimes we've had $1 million transactions. The commissions are huge, so I can make a nice big donation from the charity, and the consumer doesn't pay anything for this service. I don't charge any fees for consumers using the Charitable Giving Foundation or any of my pillars that we are discussing right now. Everything is given. It's a free gift.
Yes.
And that's why people were so skeptical in the beginning. So how can John do this?
Exactly. How would he doesn't put any pocket money in? Nothing really? How can it work? I mean, does it work this way? Wow. Amazing. Isn't that beautiful?
Well, I probably shouldn't say this because I don't mean it in a bad way, but another benefit for me not taking money is I don't have to depend on this. I don't have to worry about making money from my foundation to pay my mortgage payment or my car payments or whatever. I can do it from the heart. And this way, people, I'm walking the talk, so to speak. I'm an example of what I'm trying to share. Now, everybody can't do what I'm doing, but they'd like to do what I'm doing.
But a lot of people don't care about their heart, right? So it's so nice we have a place for the heart, right?
Yes, yeah.
It's not nice.
And that's why I don't preach down to people.
Yes.
And I don't try to convince them to do what I'm doing. But anyway, all I want to do is help people financially, because that's a major area of most people's lives. In fact, I have marriage counselors that I have that refer people to me, and they say one of the major causes for divorce is financial problems.
A lot of times it's money. Money is powerful energy or something. So isn't that nice to give money, give some power out in terms of money? So we love money or we hate money. Oh, the first thing with the energy is that they're all energy really. So you love the money so you can have more, right? So that's
right.
Beautiful.
That's right.
So how would this work? I know Canadian, U.S.A. with the real estate, it's easier to manage, right? So what if some people are maybe doing cross the miles and miles across the ocean with other investments, right?
Very good question. When they contact Margie Ivy, see, we do all the work. The consumer just has to contact us, and we do. Margie Ivy, say it's in Spain or France or England, Margie Ivy will contact the realtors in those different countries, and she works out the arrangement, and then the consumer gets the benefit of our service with no cost to them, and then they can let us know where they want us to make the donation, and it goes automatically. But Margie Ivy does all the work for anything that has to do with real estate. Robert Chesney does all the work for anything that has to do with financial planning, investments, estate planning, end of life planning.
Yes.
They do all the work for you.
I have one question, because with all these transactions, there's a lot of legal thing going on, right? So how can we ensure another country that lawyer is not going to do anything funny, right? I mean, all these transactions, so much money involved, right?
Very good. Well, Robert Chesney will check with the local bar association or whatever they have in those countries, and they've got a list of unethical and maybe ethical lawyers, but we work by referrals. And we know people in all these different countries, because keep in mind, we've been doing this for almost a half a century. We started in 1974. So we got contacts all over the world.
So our dear audience, did you hear this? What a beautiful message. So lovely. So let's actually continue with another pillar, okay? So thank you for liking my pillars. Okay. And
I like them. Can I call them that from now on?
Oh, no, it's yours. You've been giving so much. The world cannot thank you enough, really. So you are really blessed. So affiliate programs, awesome.
Let's see, it says, we encourage you to shop with our CGF affiliates, which all generate donations. Well, Life Extension, Good Shop, and I Give. I wanted people not to have to purchase something that they normally didn't buy. Now, I support Amway, Shackley, Mary Kay Tupperware, and all this, but they have to buy their product, and the consumer has to be sold on switching from what they've been used to buying a new product. I didn't want to have to do that. So I Give and Good Shop has thousands of merchants where people are already shopping. Kmart, Target, Walmart. I didn't want our consumers that want to benefit their charity to have to do anything out of the ordinary. I want to keep it as easy and as simple as I could. So here's what I share. Keep doing the same things you're doing just now. Do it through the Charitable Giving Foundation, and that way you can support your favorite causes, and it doesn't cost you anything. Walmart's not going to increase the price on the products you're buying there, and you're already shopping there. So make sure you go onto my website and click on I Give or Good Shop or the Life Extension Foundation, and you can shop with any of them, and you know a donation then is going to go to help us support a favorite cause. So this is such a simple concept. All I want people to do, keep doing what you're doing now. Just remember, if you go through the Charitable Giving Foundation, two things can happen. Number one, you just might save some money, because most of my affiliates that are a part of our program will give people a discount because they're coming from a charitable concept organization like the Charitable Giving Foundation. And two, a donation is going to be made to worthy causes. So then they have the incentive to keep doing that. And now a lot of people now are ordering products on the in the internet anyway. Online shopping is becoming very, very popular. Amazon became one of the largest companies in the world. So here we are. That's my affiliate program.
So there are a few organizations that you are partnering with them, and then they will actually happily give some, would say, commission for the referral.
Yeah.
And then after people got the referral, no, not the other people, is that when the product are delivered, then the customer order the products. I'm sure they have a receipt and everything. So how can we arrange them? Because this is very complicated. So much to do, so many products. So how can it go to the charity or nonprofit or even individually, so that the commission go there? Wow, it's such a big thing. So much details.
Well, I think, Master Teresa, this is probably why there's nobody else out there like the Charitable Giving Foundation. It's not that easy to set up, but keep in mind, this has evolved over many years.
Yes.
I started without computers. We started without technology. We had brick and mortar. They had to go into a store to make their purchases. Now we've improved, and as it evolved, we developed systems. And fortunately, I have an IT person and a webmaster. I hope people don't think I'm the genius behind this. If it wasn't for Doug McClure, that's his name, and he loved this concept so much, he didn't need another client like the Charitable Giving Foundation, but he has a good heart himself. And since he likes this concept, he reduced his fee to the Charitable Giving Foundation so I could give more money away. So I see, I've got a lot of people that are helping me. Without the help from all these other people, I couldn't do what I'm doing.
Yes. It's just it's just huge, right?
Whoa!
Okay, so awesome. So what we do is we go back to the computer screen again.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I talking too loud and too long?
How can you be too loud and too long? I guess the world can thank you enough. If we have more people giving this way, the world will be such a beautiful thing. So I have this beautiful thing I don't quite understand, and it's called certified associates. Okay. What does that mean? Okay.
Well, I had people approaching me. Can I call you Teresa?
Of course, you can call me.
Okay. I had. Aunt, can I call you Aunt Teresa? You're calling me Uncle John. No. Anyway, I had a lot of people coming to me, and they said, John, we'd love to do what you're doing, but we can't afford to. We're raising a family, and we don't have a good job, but we'd love to do what you're doing. Is there any way we could work for the Charitable Giving Foundation if we could get compensated? I said, well, let me think about it. Let me pray about it. So I went to my different charities and so forth, and I asked them if I could have individuals that wanted to help support your cause, and they would start working and explaining this program so you don't have to, would you allow me to compensate them? Well, they kind of laughed and said, you got to be kidding. If you're not going to take any money from us to pay them, and we're still going to get the same amount of donations, sure, take part of your money that you end up with and you pay them. So what I came up with was what I call a certified associate. I didn't just want salespeople. I wanted people that had a heart. They didn't have to be sales oriented. A lot of people don't like to do selling anyway. So I had people coming to me and say, John, I'd love to share this concept with the people. And if I could get compensated, I could afford to do it. So guess what? On that pillar, I have the breakout of what percentage goes where. We still give a minimum of 50% to every charity for every dollar that comes into the foundation. Now I'm giving 20% of that 100% to the individual that has agreed to become a certified associate. Now, to become certified, and that's why I call it certified, they fill out the application, which is free. It's on that certified associate pillar that you're calling it. They fill that out. It comes to me. I contact them, I give them a little orientation, a little training. I check them out a little bit. I ask who referred them. So I'll usually talk to the person that referred them and say, is this person honest? Are they legitimate? Are they for real? And sometimes I've gotten a bad report. And here's how I get it.
Oh.
When I call the referral, that referral has been prompted by the person to say nothing but good things about them.
Oh.
So I ask the referral, refer me to somebody else that knows this person. And I'll talk to that person, and that person hasn't been coached, hasn't been prepared, and hopefully they'll tell me more of the truth.
Oh.
And I find out more of the real. So I have rejected several individuals that I got such bad reports on, I didn't want them to be a certified associate.
Yes.
But in most cases, so then I certify them, and then they can come to me 24/7. John, explain this. How do I approach that? What do I do here? What do I do? So I kind of then become a coach.
I know you are a coach for charity fundraising.
And all I want to do is let people know, just talk from the heart, just explain, educate. I like to educate rather than sell. What we're doing is educating. We're educating people on a new kind of system. Now I got to go. I hope you don't mind, but this jumped in my mind as I'm talking. When I referred earlier about the individual that came to one of my seminars and didn't believe we were doing what we're doing, he was very skeptical. So he's the one that did the investigation on me and went to Wikipedia. When he found out I was for real, guess what? He came back and said, John, I want to join you with the Charitable Giving Foundation. Well, in the meantime, I checked him out. He was an international consultant for charities, pretty well known. So he was easy for me to check out. Guess what? On his side, he charges $100 an hour for consultations. Wow. And when he said, I want to be a part of your foundation, I said, Norm, I'd love to have you join us, but I can't afford to pay you $100 an hour. He said, I don't think you understand, John. I think your concept is so good, honest, ethical, and the right thing to do. I'll become a volunteer for you and share your concept. And I'm going to quote, his name is Norm Bauer. He's still a good friend of mine. He's now traveling all over the world. But anyway, he said, this is almost quote word for word. He said, John, the reason I want to become a volunteer and support you is this. I believe that this concept could revolutionize the way both products and services are marketed, quote, on our planet. So I welcomed him with open arms. So here I have somebody a lot better than me, a lot smarter than me, joining my company. And now he's helping. See what I mean?
That's beautiful. Wow, that's really lovely to hear. So I'm just checking the Facebook with my cell phone and see if people have any questions.
Okay.
We have some nice comment from Wendy Hoffman. She said, excited about this episode, what you have to say, and people are listening. And I know a lot of people will be watching this, and we might upload it to the YouTube channel too. I was thinking, let's meditate a little bit for a second. Is there something important we have to share with the audience before we conclude? Because the message is never finished, really. Like, what should people do next? Is there something John must cover before we close the room? I guess the part that we haven't covered is maybe about individuals. What do you have, John?
Well, I think because of the pandemic that we had started a few years ago, some people came to me and said, John, we love your concept. We've been using it. It works so well. But we are having a little more difficulty now getting clients, generating money for our professional career we have. Is there any way that instead of having the money go to a charity, that could come to us? Because sometimes we don't even want to support a charity, because when we find out how big salaries the executives at the top take, a lot of our money we're donating doesn't go for the cause.
Yes.
And if you could consider this, so I thought about it, I meditated about it, and I thought, who am I to decide? If you, Teresa, generate some money and I'm going to make the donation to one of your favorite causes, and you say, John, on this particular purchase, could I receive this donation rather than it going to the cause? I've already been supporting them for years. I need to now start supporting myself. There's a lot of single mothers out there, for example, that take advantage of this. They love the Charitable Giving Foundation because I'm helping support them as a single mother. And this is great because it's from my heart. So I will make a donation now, Teresa, to an individual, even businesses. Businesses came to me and said, hey, you're sending referrals to my business. And instead of having it go to the charity, could it come back to me somehow? Well, all businesses use my program too. See, everybody is a consumer. So they're consuming. I didn't think of this, but think of the people that have pets, dogs, cats, fish, horses, animals. Think how much they spend on these pets. I got a lot of people that they can buy all this pet food from. That generates donations. It's totally unlimited. It's only limited by our imagination.
Pet food too, really? You're amazing. So there are more things besides what people can buy on the website. I guess on the website there are some, but there are other areas. If people spend a lot of money, they can talk with your associates or whatever, and then it can be a way that they can actually get some money back to support whatever you wish or want to support, right?
See, I'm glad you brought this up, Teresa, because that's another reason why the certified associate is so important. Because the charity, if they get a little confused or they don't understand it because they're so busy, the certified associate is working for them as a paid volunteer. So I pay the charity's volunteers to work for it.
Oh, we get paid to talk. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, right.
No, is that nice? We get paid talking. So we have a lot of speakers maybe listening to the interview, and then they are paid to talk again. That's awesome. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So that's beautiful. Is there anything you think we should add before we close? Something?
Well, I'd like to thank you. I'm not a very good person to interview, I don't think. I'm just thankful, and I'm so honored to be able to help and to share. And I just hope that this message I've tried to humbly present will inspire and encourage people. Go out and do it. I love the Nike slogan, just do it. I mean, a lot of people have a dream. They'd like to do this, they'd like to do that. You can join the Charitable Giving Foundation for free. It doesn't cost you anything. And maybe I can help you with your dream, because I'd also like to help people, Teresa, to reach their dream, to do what they want in life. I've already got more than I need from my life. What I want to do now is help other people get out of life what they want.
Yes. So just to conclude the things, basically everyone has something they want to buy. It could be a house, it could be products, it can be anything. So whatever it is, right? So, and then people have to pay. They have to pay something for what they want. Okay, they have to pay.
And they're already doing it now. They're already buying it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. They have to pay anyways. And then what the Charitable Giving Foundation is trying to do, never mind what pillars or whatever. So whatever they have to pay, then they are trying to help people so there's some money. And then they are trying to get the money from who is getting the product, that people sell the products, people selling the property, they're selling whatever they're trying to promote or something. So there's some money involved there. And I ask them to give some money out, right? And then if they give something out, then where does the money go to? So you want the money go to, could be going to the non-profit charity, whatever the person wants to pay, whoever this person wants to pay, and this person can decide where they want the money to go. And the other thing is, if whatever the concept expanded is, so maybe this person really need money too. She is broke, he is broke, I am broke, for instance. Then the money can actually go here too. And then
Yes.
this is not limited to what you think. The best thing, if you have a wish to be more involved, because you have a heart, right? This is for people who have a heart to think about it, because you want to earn money and feel you're not taking advantage of other people, right? So somebody has to buy the product anyways, but then when they pay, we give them a choice to how they want some of the money to go. That's what the concept is. And isn't that only limited to the imagination, right?
You do a better job than I do, Teresa.
I'm hired, right? I can be a volunteer too.
Yeah.
I've been giving services for 27 years already. So the concept is like this: have a product. Who has a product want to buy a product? So if you want to donate some money to charity, nonprofit, estate planning, affiliate, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is, then you can give this charitable giving foundation a message, and they will have lots of people willing to tell you, show you, explain to you kindly how you can help what you want to help, right? It could be yourself, and it could be another company you want to help, or it could be a charitable organization you want to help. So all you have to do is, the next is ask.
Very good.
And ask you. So again, follow your heart. You know, whenever you're ready to get involved, just give John Carr a call. If you want to talk with me, I'm also open to talk with you a bit. And then maybe not for money, it could be on health. And I'm taking charge of helping people's health with the Qi Gong, right? Okay, awesome. So we love you, John, and all the best, and wish you have everything you want in your life.
Beautiful. Thank you for everybody.
Awesome.